And I just had a general question on the sum being appropriated to the Department of Public Safety, the total sum.
I can get that for you. Hang on. The total amount in the bill appropriated to the Department of Public Safety is $666.3 million across all the initiatives that are in the bill. Yes.
So that includes the $65.8 million that's for the fleet replacement on page 11 too?
Yes.
And is it your understanding that the amount appropriated here is to fund the 50-hour work week for the end of the 2017?
Those appropriations are for the 2018-19 biennium.
So the 50-hour work week that's mentioned here would be for the 18-19 biennium?
Yes.
For all, for the whole agency?
For the whole agency, and that amount is $145.6 million in the bill.
Is there anything in the bill, as even the substituted bill, that addresses the overtime issue? For example, if there's any direction to the agency to look at providing the 50-hour work week for the individuals working the border security only versus the rest of the state, or it's just...
The bill just provides appropriation authority. It doesn't provide further direction to the agency. This amount is for the entire initiative.
And just one more question on that. The amount of money being appropriated to the Commission on Law Enforcement to assist DPS with border investigations, do you have any more information on that?
It is the $300,000 that's in there. I don't have any further.
Is the Commission on Law Enforcement a licensing agency, or is it a...
I'll have Angela Isaac come up, help with that.
Angela Isaac, Legislative Budget Board. As for the TCOL question, that is, so in the current biennium, TCOL was provided some funding to assist DPS with things like background checks and helping DPS sort of sort through law enforcement that might be working on the border to make sure that there were no licensing issues or behavioral issues or criminal activities for certain law enforcement. This money biennializes the funding for those FTEs. Since it was a ramp up in the current biennium, this money would biennialize that for the full 18-19 biennium.
So this is only to assist them with the licensing background checks for people that work on the border?
Correct.
So they don't, their concern is only the people that work on the border, not the rest of the state? Is that
That's my understanding. That TCOL has other persons who do that work for the entire state. This was specific to border security law enforcement officers.
And they've told you that their only concern is the people that are going to get hired that work there on the border? That's what they've indicated to you?
That's my understanding of what the funding was to address in the current biennium, yes.
So then they wouldn't have a concern about people getting hired in other parts of the state, right?
It's my understanding that these specific new FTEs that were provided for in this current biennium were specifically for border law enforcement investigations or licensing.
No, I guess, can you just answer a general question for me? Are they an investigative agency or a licensing agency? Or
well, they're primarily a licensing agency, but they also have authority and requirement to pull licensing, and so of course there's a certain amount of investigative work that goes with that.
Thank you.